Good morning, everyone. Welcome to level 2 here in Auckland, New Zealand. And I've got my beanie on. It's a little bit cooler as we're moving into winter now. We're ready to do a few exercises together. Today we're going to talk about the back again, looking after our back and looking at our muscles called the quadriceps muscles or thigh muscles at the front of our leg here, or legs. Quadriceps means 4 muscle groups involved here. So let's have a look at them and talk about them briefly. We have the vastus medialis group of muscles, or muscle on the inside of the leg. Vastus lateralis, which is the outside of the leg here, or thigh. And vastus intermedialis is in the middle here, muscles through the middle of the thigh. And then on top of all that, we have the rectus femoris muscle, which is the big muscle we see lying on top of our thigh as well. So that covers the other 3 muscles. That's our 4 muscles. All of these 4 muscles help us to extend our knee. So that's moving away, this movement. But the rectus femoris muscle has an extra bonus of helping us flex our hip as well, which is this movement for our hip. So we can do that and this with our rectus femoris muscle, which sits on top of the other muscles. And because of this muscle sitting on top of the other 3 muscles and attaching into the knee joint, the patella, and up into top of our hip, it plays a big role in our back. Because if your rectus femoris muscle on top here is inactive, for example, sitting a lot at the computer, or weak and not strong, or being overused by running or contact sports such as football, soccer, rugby league, netball, this can affect your pelvis and the tilting in your pelvis, okay? So if it's tight and overused, it may tilt your pelvis forward a bit more, which means it can tighten up your back. So what do we want to do? We want to, as well as keeping these areas strong, we want to lengthen this area a bit to help us release maybe some tension in our back. That's what we're going to do today. Do a few stretches for the quadriceps. But first, let's do a little bit of warm up. Here we go. Okay, walking on the spot. Here we go, jogging on the spot. Working those arms and knees. So when you're flexing your hip, you're working your rectus femoris muscle. And get a bit of a warm up going. Get the heart rate elevated slightly. Arms moving. A little bit of rain here in Auckland City this morning. It's come and gone, a little bit grey, but we've had pretty good weather overall. Fine, but cool weather. So we're very blessed here. Now, we can flick our knees up like this. Heels back towards the back side to warm up a little bit more. Do that for a few more moments. Keep going. Walking towards the camera, walking away, walking towards the camera, walking away. Now, working the hips out, left and right. Opening up the groin area, the hip joint, getting a bit of movement in there, maybe a little bit stiff from sitting or sleeping. So we want to wake the body up. Here we go. Hope the virus is settling down wherever you are in the world or in New Zealand. And we're getting back to a new norm, which is good for all of us. Get back into routine. Okay, and last exercise is just kicking the ball, head down, knee forward. So now when using our quadricep muscles, as we extend our knee like this, like that. So extend the knee, kicking the football, extend the knee. Warming up the body a bit more, working the lower back now, upper back, head down. Okay, let's do the washing machine side to side. Good for our spine. Nice and gentle. Hello, Lily. Lily's awake. So, getting the rotation into our spine and our muscles to get some movement side to side. Always good to loosen up in different areas, side to side, forward and back, extension, flexion. And now we go this way, side to side. So we're starting to work also our lower abdominal, upper hip muscles, our psoas muscles through here as well, hip flexors they call them. And we're going side to side slightly. And when we're moving forward and back with our knees, our hips. But primarily today we're going to work on our quadriceps to relieve some tension in that lower back. Also, if you get a little bit of knee niggles from running, contact sports over the years, maybe some stretching like this and a little bit of massage work with your thumbs and knees into the knee joint, around the knee joint, may give you some relief. Even with a tennis ball, we worked with a tennis ball recently in my other videos. Put a tennis ball around the top of the knee joint, work into that. Maybe we'll leave that for another time to show you what to do. But some ideas for you to think about. Some easy massage at home into the knee joint. Okay, let's roll the shoulders forward. As we get back into level 2 now here in New Zealand, people are starting to be more active, getting out more. Some of the gyms are open, yoga centers, fitness centers. So after being in some type of hibernation for, what, 8 weeks or so, you may be getting a few more niggles and a bit more stiffness, as I am now and then feeling it as well. So we're getting back into our normal or new normal routines. It's going to take a little while. So I expect you to feel a few niggles and aches and pains in your body if you haven't been to that run or long run for a long time, or to the gym, or stretching and going to yoga, or whatever, going for a massage, whatever exercise you're doing. That's quite normal. So listen to your body. Don't expect changes back to the old norm quickly without progression. So use the KISS theory, K-I-S. Keep it simple. Progress over time your exercise levels, intensity. So don't expect to run a marathon in 3 or 4 weeks, or even a month, for example. Going back to the heavy weights at the gym, or how flexible you were in the yoga class, it's going to take a little bit of time. We've been changing our routines over the last 2 months or so. You give it time, and your body will appreciate that as well, that you're not rushing it, and you're progressively changing and lifting your intensity levels. Okay, rolling the shoulders forward and back. Okay, let's stretch the shoulders back. So we always do a little bit of upper body and lower body stretching just to loosen off, warm up. Some people think stretching is not really an important part of a warm up, but in my experience, I find warming up the body, getting the blood flowing through the muscles gently, progressively, increasing the intensity, and then a little bit of stretching after doesn't hurt your body. And once your muscles are warmed up, you're going to have a better chance of going through your exercises effectively without any injuries. Same with a warm down maybe at the end as well. It's really important. Okay, stretching my chest and shoulders. Arm across, working the outside of the shoulders. Even though we're going to work our quadriceps today, we want to work our whole body just to warm up. And the outside. Will come some leg exercises now. Work through for the quadriceps. Okay, here we go. Standing, working forward and back. So just getting a bit more active now. Test your balance. Forward and back. Here we go. Then we go side on. Just working forward and back. Getting that hip movement going. Getting the quadriceps working. You can bend the knee a little bit. So you're extending out, flexing the knee, extending the knee. So now you're warming up the muscles a little more. Other leg. Forward and back. Test your balance. Flexing, extending the knee. Just getting a bit of movement in there. We're going to do some squats to warm up a bit more. Leg squats. Arms in front. And we're bend down. Get some blood flow into the legs. Arms in front. Here we go. Warming up a bit more through the quadriceps. Knee joint. Gluteal backside muscles. Hamstrings. Lower legs working now, calf muscles, Achilles. So just getting the body warmed up before we get into our stretching proper. Here we go, a few more. Side on, 1, 2, bend the knees. Bring the back side out so you're not leaning too far forward. Just gently come back. Lean the weight into the back side. There we go. Okay. So let's start to stretch the quadriceps. Start with the right leg bent. Bring your hand onto the ankle. Try and get your knees together so you get a good stretch right through the rectus femoris and the underlying 3 muscles as well. Knees together, straight as a soldier. Standing up straight. Standing straight on your left leg, pulling the right knee back. See if you can bring your right heel back to your back side. It's an indicator of how much mobility or flexibility you have at the moment. You're not able to reach the back side. Don't worry. You get to here, that's fine. Do what you can, balance and release. Good. So that started to lengthen our quadricep muscles. Let's try the other leg now. Bring that back. And knees together. Standing up straight as possible. You feel that stretch from the top of the hip right down to my knee joint. I can feel that. That rectus femoris muscle sitting on top, lengthening through the knee joint, patella area, right up into my hip. So I can really feel it. If you're finding it difficult to grab your foot, maybe you can use a towel around your knee or around your ankle. Pull it back with a towel like this. This may be easy for you to start with. Maybe you can use 2 hands. Hold on. Yeah. More support for you. Bring your towel like that. Try on the other leg. Round. And it feels a bit more comfortable to pull the knee up. Use your hands behind on the towel. Pull up. Get that knee straight. Bob's your uncle. Maybe he isn't. There you go. Nice, easy way to stretch. If we want to work a little bit further into the rectus femoris muscles and a little bit into the hip flexors, which is going to help us to lengthen out, to get away from that anterior tilt, we want to lengthen up, bring the pelvis forward, open up, and release the tension in the back. Oh, good morning, Lily. Welcome to class. Great, come and join us. Time for yoga. Fantastic to see you, darling. You had a good sleep? Okay, come and join us. You can watch if you like. It's Lily Ellis. Okay, to go a little bit further in that stretch and to lengthen a little more on the upper quadricep region so we can release that pelvis from the anterior tilt, but to bring it back to neutral and to lengthen through our pelvis, to relax the back rather than get it tight. It's a bit cold this morning. I'm cold. You're pretty tough. So, do what we did before. Bring the right knee back, but this time lean forward gently, arm in front, and pull. We're going to eat soon, darling. Pull the knee back away from the standing knee. So if I look on side on, I'm opening up this way now. Not knees together, but pull apart, slightly forward, and you're opening up through here a bit more. There you go. You hold that. You'll feel a bigger stretch on the front of the leg. Take it easy, gently. Hold it for 30 seconds to a minute. You want to go deeper? You can. Make sure you're warmed up. Good for your balance as well, and strengthen your standing leg. Open up a bit more. Okay, up to the left leg. So this is a fantastic yoga pose you do in your yoga class. Much respect to all the yoga teachers out there. Again, left leg up. Knees together first, arms out, right arm out, then lean forward. We're just learning to open up a bit further through the upper thigh by leaning forward. Okay. So hold it for 30 seconds, I said, to a minute. You may find one side is stiffer than the other, like I am on this side. That's quite normal. Maybe you're a bit tighter on that side for whatever reason, an old injury, you're a little bit imbalanced, sitting on one side to the other. That's what it's all about, finding out what your weaknesses and strengths are and just working with them. And away we go. Okay, so. And another stretch we can do now. So we've done the standing stretch, one leg at a time. Then using a towel to work, and then going forward as well to open up more through the rectus femoris. Another stretch was a general back stretch we do for the back extension for our lower back. That also helps to lengthen the front of our thighs. So standing where you are, just putting your hands on your back, just gently pull back or lean back like that. It's going to help to lengthen up through here as well. I'll show you a different variation now, but first we'll do that again. Hands on the back. Push your hips forward, look back. As well as good for your lower back, it helps to strengthen or loosen and lengthen the front of the back. Oh, here's your Lily Alice, your back. Let's do this one lower down now. Last one before we sign off for the day. You do press ups? Yeah, good. Now, to lengthen through here, put our hands on our hips. I'm kneeling basically like this. Basically, by putting my knees on the floor, like this, gives me more support. Hands on the hips, thumbs behind, pushing forward. I can feel a good stretch through the upper thigh, a little bit hip flexor. Comes a little Alice. Yeah, push. Push forward with your hips. You get a good stretch through this rectus femoris. Let's go again. Push forward. Maybe a little bit stiff for you. That's okay. Keep pushing forward. Look back slowly. And relax. Can be tough on the lower back, as well as working that lower back and giving you that extension we need. The lower back, it's helping to lengthen here to correct the pelvis. So let's do that once more. Hands on hips, kneeling down, push through, lean back. As you imagine yourself pushing the hips forward, you'll start to stretch through the front of the thigh more, the thighs. Okay, there we go. So today's lesson was quadriceps, 4 muscle groups, and especially working on the rectus femoris muscle, the big muscle on top of our leg that connects into our knee joint and also into the top of the hip that can pull your pelvis forward into the anterior tilt, which can tighten our back. Oh, okay. So we want to release that by lengthening the front of the thigh. Hope you enjoyed the video today. Love to hear from your feed. Bit googly in the morning. Love to hear your feedback. anthonyfongfitness.co.nz. Give us your thoughts on the video today. Hope you enjoy that. Enjoy that to help lengthen your quadriceps as you get back into routines, new routines, to help loosen the tension, relieve tension in your back by lengthening out the quadricep muscles in your thighs. Ka kite noa, zaijian, y'all, zaijian. See you next time. Take care. Ciao, ciao. Stay safe. We'll see you again. What's that on you? Bracelet. Yeah. We've got Anzac biscuits, which you made yesterday. All right. Take care.